What is up, everyone? Welcome here to a special Saturday edition of our NASCAR live stream with NASCAR GOAT Dave here for the Pocono Organics 325, which I was already mentioning before we started streaming that 325 is a very interesting number. Usually they're, whole numbers, if not, a 50 there at the end. So, this is a Cup Series race, which is why we made sure that we are doing a live stream for it. Typically, we don't do the live streams for the Xfinities or the trucks. And we also have a race tomorrow as well, so you will see us again at the exact same time tomorrow, 12 p.m. Eastern Time. So you can get those last-minute lineup questions answered there as well, your prop plays for Monkey Knife Fight and Prize Picks, as well as any bets for Dave's drivers he's going to think are going to win. And they're probably going to win because he's been really accurate this season. That's why he's the number one ranked NASCAR DFS analyst in all of motorsports. That being said, let's start things off with how we attack strategy with this kind of race. What kind of race is it, and what we're looking at to plug in our lines?
Yeah, it's a completely different race than last week. Last week, unfortunately, the big one really didn't happen until like the last lap, so it kind of hurt my GPPs. I mean, I still cashed my cash games, but place differential last week was you could take all the guys in the back and have a bunch of salary left over. You're not doing that this week. Pocono is known for having very boring races, and there's not a lot of passing, and really it's just the restarts. Once the restarts file out, then you typically are single file most of the race. So play where you're at after that is really important. So this week there's some good place differential that helps when your cash lineups, and then you're also got to focus in like one or two dominators. There's only 130 laps today, so dominator points aren't big here. They're not a lot, especially on FanDuel. It's one of the unique tracks on the circuit. It's only got 3 turns, so it's called the Tricky Triangle. And as you found out earlier, with the truck race getting postponed, that Pocono tends to have a lot of weather issues because of where it's positioned in the state. But I think we'll be okay for the Cup race. I'm looking at the radar, looking at the hourly. The reason they postponed the truck race is because Cup gets priority. I think Bob Pockers kind of tweeted that out, and why truck race will get postponed, even though they probably could run both. It looks like the rain's going to move out here in the next hour or two in Pocono. So no questions about weather because they will race it anyways. It doesn't matter. I say this all the time in Discord. Weather questions are so annoying because it's like, at what point this season has it not raced because of the weather? Like they're going to race at some point, So anyways, that's my little rant.
It's going to happen. The race is going to happen.
You guys know how much I hate weather questions. I just hate weather questions. There's no point to weather questions because they're going to race. So what does it matter whether they race today or they race tomorrow? If you're using stupid bankroll management and put all your money into it, then that's your fault. And but if you're playing smart like you should be, then it doesn't matter. It shouldn't really affect how you play in other sports, especially with not as many sports playing right now.
Gotcha. OS in the YouTube chat says, what are your thoughts on playing Truex over Blaney?
I think that in GPPs or cash. You guys make sure you say GPP or cash, please. And what site?
More
site?
Details.
Yes, I need all the details because plays like that matter.
Yeah. So OS, go ahead and give us more details. We'll follow up on that question. But going into the format and style, if this is your first time tuning into NASCAR Live, first off, welcome. Make sure you click the subscribe button. Click subscribe. Click like on this particular video. We do streams and podcasts for PGA, NASCAR, and now that MLB's come back, that as well, NBA, MMA, horse bets, all kinds of stuff under the sun. We try to tackle it all. But that being said, this is how the structure works. This stream, once it is over, once it is no longer live, it will be replayable. So if you miss any portion of it, you can rewind, fast forward, skip around as much as you like. We're going to start things off with the DFS side of things, talk about Dave's favorite drivers for cash and GPP in 3 different tiers. Just breaking, high tier salary, mid tier, low tier, referring to DraftKings salary. It doesn't mean you can't play these plays over on FanDuel. The scoring is just slightly different. Then after that, we're going to go over to his favorite Monkey Knife Fight play. If you don't know what Monkey Knife Fight is, it's a prop site where you're picking over or under the amounts of fantasy points a driver's going to get. So if driver A is at 92 fantasy points, you're just guessing if he's going to get more or less than that based on their particular scoring. Make sure that you have monkeyknifefight.online pulled up on your phone or on your desktop, whichever option you have, if not both, because as soon as Dave mentions the plays, you only have like a 60-second window to plug them in, more than likely, where they're going to be changing the numbers and changing the plays around. So get those in ASAP. If you haven't created an account yet, monkeyknifefight.online, use promo code KARMA, get you a free $50 deposit match bonus, and then Prize Picks after that for Prize Picks.online, same thing. Plug those in ASAP. Those numbers change really quick. Karma Nation moves lines, and then we'll do the sports betting stuff at the end of that. OS said he's referring to GPP on DK for Tricks over Blaney.
Yeah. I think they both have good. I would probably lean Blaney with the possibility of leading early, although there's a competition caution, so that'll kind of limit his upside. But I like Blaney. I like both of them today. But definitely GPP, you probably going to get less ownership on Blaney than you will on Truex. So go Blaney.
EA says, if the Cup is postponed today, how do they decide the order for tomorrow's Cup race?
Do I look like Bob Pockrass? I have no clue, and I will worry about that when they.
But is that what happens though? They're gonna do 2 tomorrow.
No, they'll do the Cup race. He announced on Twitter. Bob Pockrass on Twitter said that they'll run the Cup race on Monday. But again, we don't have to worry about it because we don't know if it's getting postponed, and if it does, then they will let us know how they're going to determine the order for tomorrow's race. Until then, it doesn't matter because I can't do content.
Doesn't know. Dave
you can't do content until I get a lineup. So once I get a lineup, then I can do content. So you're not going to make a lineup until I get content out there. So don't worry about it.
Max on YouTube says DK Cash is Truex instead of Harvick. Okay, or should I try to find the salary for Harvick?
I don't mind either one of them in cash. Because they both, the pricing is really soft this week, so you're able to make some decent lineups. And I'm trying to say stuff without like giving stuff away here for like in the next 5 minutes, But yeah, I mean, I think you can play either one.
All right, well, that being said, let's hop into that other portion so we can answer all those questions as intended. First things first, your favorite top-tier salary cash play. I think you probably already mentioned that, but let's go ahead and go on with that one.
That's why I was trying to be careful on how I answered that question, because if you look at my final thoughts, you see that Kevin Harvick is my top-tier cash play. I think, like I said, DK's salary is a little bit soft this week, so normally when you come to Pocono, you're looking at Kyle Busch. But Kyle's just struggled this year, especially, coming off of the truck and going. And they've got to make adjustments and stuff like that. And with it only being 130 laps, and Harvick has just been fast all season. Before COVID and after COVID, Harvick has shown speed all season. Starts 9th, so he's got some place differential built in on him because, like I said, place differential is going to be. I mean, you're looking at guys to gain a few spots, not like last week where you're looking at guys to get 20 or 30 spots. You're looking for guys that are going to get 5 to 10 at most. So Harvick's been dominant. I think. He's definitely. I think Cash is going to be kind of split on ownership this week. I don't think it's going to be as chalky as we've seen it. Could be wrong though, because I don't know, with all these new players, I think you might see more ownership on Kyle Busch this week in cash than Kevin Harvick. But for me, I think Kevin Harvick's led over 30 laps in the last 3 out of the 4 last races. He hasn't won here, but he's finished in the top 10 and 7 of the last 8 races, including 2 second place finishes and 3 fourth place finishes. So I think Harvick's a solid cash play today.
Speaking of, you mentioned Kyle Busch there. OS was asking if he should fade Kyle Busch today.
Don't fade Kyle Busch. He's gonna have ownership. I don't think I'm playing Kyle Busch in cash. But on GPPs, I'll play Kyle Busch. he's got upside. I mean, if they figure something out, they've got something from their notebooks and it works today. I was telling, I forgot who I was telling, someone, I think. Oh, I know who it was. Uh, I think I like Kyle Busch probably more tomorrow than I do today. Like, but but no, I wouldn't fade Kyle Busch completely.
All right, who's your favorite GPP for that top tier?
Yeah. Chase Elliott. I think Chase Elliott's a solid GPP play. This year we've kind of used a couple factors to determine plays on every slate. One being track history, two being 2020 speed, and Chase Elliott has been one of the fastest cars this year. He starts fifth. The Chevys are fast, so I could see a way that Chase gets up to the front and could lead some laps and possibly win this thing. He's got like okay track history here, but with the way he's run this year, I wouldn't put anything past Chase Elliott.
OS with another question. Yeah, keep those questions coming in, guys. That's why we do this live, so you can get the insight answered, any questions answered, anything revolving DraftKings, FanDuel, DFS in general, props, Monkey Knife Fight, prize picks, betting, any of that stuff. Get your questions in there, and we'll get to them one at a time here. But his next question is your thoughts on Willie B for DK GPP.
I like Byron. This is one of his better tracks. Trying to see if they've moved the truck race yet. And DraftKings. Anyways, yeah. So I mean, William Byron, he starts 16th. There's some good plays around him, so I'm not sure what his ownership's going to be. But I definitely like William Byron today. He's probably, I mean, he's probably got at least top 10 upside, if not top 5 upside today.
Gotcha. Moving on to the mid-tier salary range. Who are you looking for cash games?
Cash games could be my boy Clint Boyer. I don't get to talk about him a lot in cash.
iRacing MVP.
Yeah. What? No, MVP, not most valuable player. I guess it depends on who you had in your lineup. I guess. But Boyer starts 18th. He's got great track history here. Shown speed this season. He's going to be popular, I think, in cash games on both sites. He's underpriced, I think, on FanDuel. They priced him up a little bit here on DraftKings than normal. So I think Clint's just one of those plug and play options in cash games, and I don't mind him in GPPs either.
All right, then what if? I mean, you kind of just answered that a little bit, but GPP mid-tier range. What are you looking at?
Okay, they did move the truck lock until tomorrow. I just got the email from DK. So I'll talk about Kyle Busch a little bit, since that's someone that I will definitely be playing in some GPPs today. Kyle, he's won, what is it, like 3 of the last 5 races here. He does really, really good here. He's got the best driver rating in recent years. Yeah, he's led, let's see, 56, 79, 52, 13, 74, and 100 laps in the past 6 races. So he's led laps in the last all those 6 last races. He has 3 wins, top 3 or a 3rd place finish and 2 9th place finishes. So I mean, he's good. He's really, really good here. The only thing that worries me about Kyle Busch is the way he's unloaded every race. It seems like even the Bristol race when he did good, but there was 500 laps to adjust your car and get it right. So Kyle Busch did have good track history at Bristol. So maybe you play he's got good track history at Pocono, so let's play him here today. I think he's a risky cash play. I don't mind it, but I can see it, especially at his price. He's way underpriced. But definitely going to have my share of Kyle Busch in tournaments today.
Let's just rattle off the questions. Love it. Next one from him is, I'm thinking about fading Eric Jones and playing Reddick or Matty D for DK GPP.
Good luck. Derek Jones could be like 80% owned in cash, and he's going to be like 60% owned in tournaments. I mean, I guess it's a leverage position, but make sure you're making more than one lineup in tournaments, because Eric Jones is like the top play in the low tier range. So here we go again. He keeps hitting all my guys.
Keep things going by talking about your cheapo cash play then, which I'm guessing
Eric Jones, who's underpriced for like the umpteenth week in a row. It's crazy. I don't understand what DK sees in Eric Jones. I mean, I guess there's a couple of things where he he's had issues, but I mean, you look at Eric Jones, he's 7,100. You got guys like, I don't know, Stenhouse, I think that's ahead of him, and a couple other guys that just don't really make sense, especially when you're looking at track history when he's got like the fourth best driver rating in recent races here. If you look at, over the past, like, he has 6 career cup starts here. He has finished outside of the top 5 twice and outside of the top 10 once. He's led laps here in 4 of those 6 races, and it's just he has an average finish of like 8th. So he's just he's a great play today. He's like a lock. There's no reason that Eric Jones shouldn't be less than 80% in cash today. If he's, I mean, it might be 90%. It should be 100%, but there's going to be those people that are dumb and don't know what they're doing, and that's why I hope to hit him up in head-to-heads.
So if you're fading Eric Jones in cash, hit Dave Jr. 831 on DM. DM this man on Twitter. Let him know your DraftKings name.
That you're not playing Eric Jones, and I will head-to-head you.
Yeah.
Because I'm guessing the rest of your lineup sucks too.
Almirola or Boyer for FanDuel GPP, EA says.
So here's my issue with Almirola. And FanDuel, it's a little different. What's the pricing on FanDuel for those two? I know Boyer's priced down. Really wish my stuff would stop going so dang slow. It's really slow today for me for some reason. See, Boyer is 94. Oh, they're right there. They're right next to each other. I'd probably go Boyer. I think there's better upside for him. I think Almirola might lead, but there's a competition caution early in the first stage. And I think it's only like 15 laps in. And he's probably going to lose the lead if he pits, and he doesn't. Then I think the first stage is. I don't like Almirola today. Once the competition caution got announced, if it wasn't, I could see him being a good play today, leading a bunch of laps. I just am worried about the restart after the competition caution, him losing the lead. So Boyer.
All right. Moving on to the last portion of the DFS side of things, your favorite GPP cheapo.
Mm-hmm. It'd be Austin Dillon. Austin Dillon's pretty cheap there on DraftKings today. This year's been pretty decent year for Austin Dillon. I've been surprised by RCR in general with Tyler Reddick and Austin Dillon. But if you look back at Austin's track history here at Pocono, if you take out, he's had a couple of accidents. If you take that out, he averages around the top 15 finish. Between 13th and 17th is basically where he finishes here. And at his price, I think he's a great tournament play, especially if he finishes on the top end of that range as opposed to like where he's starting. So I definitely wouldn't mind plugging in Austin Dillon in some tournament lineups today.
All right, now, so we still have a good chunk of this live stream left, but remember, this is all replayable, so if you just tuned in, you're like, oh man, I wish I knew what this favorite plays for the top tier salary or the mid tier salary. It's all replayable. We have a couple hours left till lock, so you have plenty of time to rewind, fast forward after this live stream is over with. That being said, hopping over to monkeyknifefight.online. Like I said earlier, if you don't have an account yet, sign up for it. It's the easiest way to make money with NASCAR because you can play the exact plays that Dave is playing, and you're not versing 20,000 other lineups. In a DK GPP or anything like that. So, that being said, Monkey Knife Fight down online. Use promo code KARMA if you haven't signed up yet. What is your favorite play you see that is on the site as of the second? That's all the fluff you're going to get to delay you going to the site.
I was fine. I'm where I am. I'm just debating on a play. We played a couple of plays earlier. It's not like last week. Last week I played a crap ton on Monkey Knife Fight and I won like almost $2,000. Just from hitting all the unders. The only person that hurt me was Hamlin, and that's who I said. And Blaney hurt me in a couple, but last week that's kind of where I was. I didn't like Hamlin at Talladega. I thought he could screw me over, and he did. So let's look. I'm gonna look at a couple of things here. All right, let's go to the 3 of 4 rapid fire.
Okay. So what are you looking at for the 3 of 4?
All right, let's do Kevin Harvick. Let's do Kyle Busch. Let's do Chase Elliott and Martin Truex.
All right, so the 3 of 4 means if one of them miss, so what a rapid fire is instead of you saying more or less of somebody's going to get a certain amount of fantasy points, you're instead saying this guy's going to get more fantasy points than the other guy's matched up with. So he didn't read off all of the entire matchups. He just read through his 4 people of each, or one person of each of the 4 matchups shown that he thinks is going to get more points than the other guy. So plug in those guys. 3-4, I believe, is that's just a 2x, right?
Yeah, I think so. I'm
so
already moved on to Prize Picks. I'm waiting.
Already moving on. So plug that in.
No, go ahead. You keep talking. You do your fluff.
Oh no,
and I'll do
no more fluff. All right, so PrizePicks.online, very similar concept. You're picking drivers. You pick 2 guys. You can pick 3. You can pick 4. That's all they got. 2, 3, or 4 drivers. You can mix and match the drivers at NASCAR. Dave says with KBO plays or MMA plays. Or anything like that. So you can mix and match players between sports for your 2, your 3, or your 4 picks. It's a very same concept. They give you fantasy point value, and you're guessing over or under if that person hits that number or not. So that being said, PrizePicks.online, use promo code Karma. This one gives you a $1,000 deposit bonus. It's a 25% match up to $4,000. That being said, that is all the fluff you're getting. What are we looking at, PrizePicks?
I'm good. I think I've already got this play in, but I got it with better numbers because we put up Prize Picks last night. So these numbers have gone up a little bit. So that's why you should always get in prior to the weekend, because I take care of the subs in Discord before I do anything on this pod. So let's go. I think we're going to go Clint Boyer over 27.5. William Byron over 30.5, and Eric Jones over 31.5.
So what you're looking at for this one, once you plug those 3 guys in, you're going to see a flex or power option. The power means all 3 of them have to hit for you to make any money. The flex means if one of them miss, you still make a profit. But even if all 3 hit, you still make a little bit more profit on top of that. You just don't get the full multiplier value for risking it all for the biscuit. Risk it for the biscuit. Play the flex. Calvin, what's up, man? Good morning. OS has another question. Do you need to play McDowell or Priest in the low 5K range?
There's lineups where you don't have to. But I'm playing Priest, and depending on how many lineups I make, I'll be playing McDowell. But yeah, this is definitely not one of those, tracks where you're going to have a crap load of ownership in that price range, that below 6K price range. But I think Priest is a safe floor play. McDowell's a good tournament play.
All right. Sarugi was asking who the top GBP plays are. So yeah, just as soon as the stream's over with, you can rewind it and go back to the beginning portion. It's easily replayable, as I've been mentioning. Now we're going to move on to the final portion of NASCAR Live.
Travis, another spot where they can find like the top GPP places.
I have no idea.
My final thoughts on the DFS Karma website.
Are you saying that there's a website called dfskarma.com where you can see NASCAR final thoughts?
You have one job.
Drivers to watch.
You couldn't plug the website? Come on, man.
I hate you. The website is plugged all over this gosh dang podcast. But yeah, so sign up for NASCAR Core Plays. Go to dfskarma.com. Go click subscriptions. You'll see NASCAR Core Plays and Props. That is what you get. It's what you sign up for to get all of the Prize Picks plays. As soon as Dave finds a number he likes, he throws it in the Discord chat room. Same thing, Monkey Knife Fight. Since those numbers change all the time, you want to get the stuff in early before the market changes things. Recarmination moves the lines anyway. And then also, if you want, that's how you get the final thoughts and Dave's NASCAR Core Plays as well. But still, the final portion of the stream. The ones that you're betting on to win the race. So we do, without any limitations, who Dave just says, without any limitations, this guy's going to win no matter what. And then we have the outside the top 5 odds, and then the furthest from the top odds that has an outside chance to win. So, first things first, who's going to win this race?
All right, who's going to win this race? It's going to be Kevin Harvick at 6.5 to 1.
Okay, Kevin Harvick's going to win the race. Who outside the top 5 odds is going to win? Has a chance to win this race?
Yep. I think
the best chance.
Don't mind Ryan Blaney at 10 to 1.
Okay. And then furthest from the top, the least craziest bet, furthest from the top, that has an outside chance to win.
Yeah, I want to go Clint Boyer at 40-1, but I'm not gonna go that. I'll go Eric Jones at 16-1.
Eric Jones 16-1. Got it.
Mm-hmm.
So plug in those bets, plug in those price pick plays, plug in the Monkey Knife Fight plays, plug in the DK and Vandal plays. Once you guys are in the green, which more than likely you will be, that's why Dave Goat's the Dave Goat. Throw those screenshots up on Twitter, tag the home account at DFS_karma. If you have any more questions after this live stream, hit Dave up in the Discord chat. Every single person is invited to the Discord chat to ask Dave questions. There is a free NASCAR channel in there. All you have to do is go to chatdfs.com. If you, for some reason, are still on the outside of our Discord looking in, we're inviting you to join us for $0. It's free. Chatdfs.com is automatically linked to an invite to our Discord server. And, yeah, that's simple. And then if you have any questions, you can talk with the other zillions of Karma Nation people in the community chat, and we will see you there. And then also, of course, tomorrow, 12 p.m. Eastern Time, we have another race. Remind the people what the race is and when lock is for tomorrow, if you know off the top of your head.
4 o'clock. It depends. You got Xfinity, too, but Xfinity's at 12:30. I think with it, Trucks is now at 9:30 in the morning.
Yikes.
Yeah. But I don't care. We've got all our stuff done for Trucks. So, and then Xfinity's at 12:30, and then the second Cup race is at 4 o'clock. So,
all right. So we'll see you guys tomorrow at 12 p.m. Eastern Time for another Cup Series NASCAR Live, where you can ask all the questions under the sun, get all these similar plays, similar style as this stream was. If you want to watch the replay, like I said, give it like 10 seconds after we finish up. Rewind, fast forward, all that jazz. We'll see you guys tomorrow at noon Eastern.